2017 be read a second time. In accordance with the rules of procedure, the debate is now adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury. President, I move the second reading of the Inland Revenue Amendment Bill 2017. The purpose of the bill is to amend the Inland Revenue Ordinance to give effect to the tax concessions proposed in the 2017-18 budget. First, in terms of regular measures, the bill introduces the following adjustment to salary tax and tax under personal assessment with effect from the year of assessment 2017-18. 1. Widening the marginal tax bands from $40,000 to $45,000. This measure will benefit 1.3 million taxpayers and reduce tax revenue by $1.5 billion a year. 2. Increasing the disabled dependent allowance from $66,000 to $75,000. This measure would benefit 35,000 taxpayers and reduce tax revenue by $15 million a year. 3. Increasing the dependent brother or sister allowance from $33,000 to $37,500. This measure would benefit 23,800 taxpayers and reduce tax revenue by $30 million a year. 4. Extending the entitlement period for home loan interest deduction from 15 years to 20 years, while maintaining the current deduction ceiling of $100,000 a year. This measure will reduce tax revenue by $430 million a year. And 5. Increasing the deduction ceiling for self-education expenses from $80,000 to $100,000. This measure will benefit 3,500 taxpayers and reduce tax revenue by $8 million a year. The above adjustment will together reduce tax revenue by $2 billion a year. Apart from the regular measures, the bill also proposes a one-off reduction of salaries tax, tax under personal assessment and profits tax for the year of assessment 2016-17 by 75%, subject to a ceiling of $20,000 per case. The reduction will be reflected in taxpayers' final tax payable for the year of assessment 2016-17. The proposed one-off reduction will benefit 1.84 million taxpayers of salaries tax and tax under personal assessment and 132,000 tax-paying corporations and unincorporated businesses. The revenue foregone for 2017-2018 amounts to $18.3 billion. President, we have set out the relevant proposed amendments in the legislative brief sent to members on the 1st of March. I hope members can support the early passage of this bill so that we can implement the concessions as soon as possible. So I submit, President. I now propose the question to you, and that is that the Inland Revenue Amendment Bill 2017 be read a second time. In accordance with the rules of procedure, the debate is now adjourned, and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development, President, I move